Well, Jonathan McDowell is an astrophysicist and space sustainability analyst based in London. Jonathan, welcome. I can understand how you could reverse your car into another in the car park. How does a rocket end up crashing into the moon?
Right, well, you know, normally when a satellite is launched, the rocket is often left in orbit and it just orbits the Earth happily. But when you send a moon lander to the moon, the rocket that delivers it gets left in a very high orbit that's so high that the moon's gravity tugs on it every month as the moon comes round. And it's very hard to predict where it's going to end up. In this particular case, the moon tugged on it one too many times, and the rocket ended up crashing into the moon. And so this is unfortunate. It's not a huge deal because it won't cause any big problems for the stuff currently on the moon, but we want to avoid this in future when there are lots of astronauts on the moon and lots of scientific experiments on the moon.
So could SpaceX have prevented this from happening?
Yes, easily, and they have prevented it for their next two launches that they did since that one by giving their rocket stage, after it delivers its cargo, a little extra push, a little extra burn of the rocket that sends it, instead of into orbit around the Earth and the Moon, it goes into orbit around the Sun, where it won't hit into anything. And so that's what they should have done this time. They just didn't think of it, I think, and we're starting to become more aware and more sensitive of where we leave our junk out in deep space as the amount of traffic there is drastically increasing.
Now, my understanding is the impact was not directly seen. How can scientists confirm exactly where and what happened?
Well, we've been tracking the object with telescopes. We saw it as late as yesterday, exactly on the orbit that we'd calculated. And so Sir Isaac Newton tells us with 100% confidence, we know that if it's falling that way, that fast, it's going to hit the moon. There's no way it can dodge. And so, you know, this is something that we understand very well. It's not the first time this has happened. A Chinese rocket crashed into the moon in 2022 in very similar circumstances. So we're getting used to seeing this. We'd like to see less of it in future.
Jonathan, good to talk to you, and thank you very much for that. Jonathan McDowell, the astrophysicist and